if you are looking to build a gaming and streaming setup and want to get best value for your money, this is the video for you. I have managed to build this entire setup in just above 2 lakh rupees, which is equivalent to $2,400. How cool is that? Like always, this video is gonna be split into chapters, so you can skip to your favorite part by navigating down below. So we're gonna start off with basics, covering everything extra, and then finally we'll move on to the PC and its components, so you can skip to there if you're here for that. Okay, starting with the very first thing, which is this LED that I got made from a local vendor over here and cost me about 1500 rupees, which is equivalent to $18. Okay, the next thing in our list is a special one because the background that you see over here is not actually a wall. It's a 3D wallpaper. It's a 3D wallpaper, and it cost me about 3000 rupees for this entire wall, which is about $36. Okay, next in list is something that I can't show it to you right now because that's literally holding my phone right there to record the video. And it's a ring light that I got from Amazon for about 1200 rupees, which is about $15. So I'll put a link in description for all of the products that I have been mentioning in the video. You guys can check it out for yourself. Moving on to the next product. Okay, so this is the part of the video where we start getting into the components that you actually require for your setup. Starting with a desk. Now I really wanted a standing desk, you know, the one that goes automatically into a standing mode and comes down to a sitting mode whenever you want. I've seen many people use it on YouTube and stuff, but however it was going way over my budget, so I decided to settle with an L-shaped desk that gives me like enough space and to keep my stuff, and also it helps me like to stay under the budget. So for the mouse, I decided to go with Logitech's G402 because this is the only cheap gaming mouse that has a good brand name behind it, and also like it's ergonomically designed to give you like a better gaming experience. Now it does not have RGB or anything like that, but it has like 4000 DPI, which is great for gaming. It's very less compared to his higher end models, which has like 25,000 DPI, but this one will do just fine for your gaming. So this mouse costs about 2,500 rupees, which is about $30, and for that price point, this is the best deal that you're getting for gaming. So for the keyboard, I decided to go with Logitech 413. Now this keyboard has mechanical keys and it's ergonomically better for gaming. Logitech in general is better at ergonomics of gaming as well as typing. And good thing about this keyboard, it has mechanical keys, but it does not have any RGB. So if you require RGB, I'm pretty sure that if you go to third-party softwares, you can customize the individual lights, but they're not gonna be colored, so it's no point. It costs about 6,000 rupees on Amazon, which is about $72, and for that price point, this is a bargain because it's a mechanical keyboard and they are pretty expensive usually. So the monitor is where I took like major hits in terms of specs because this is not an LED monitor, it's just an LCD panel, and it is Samsung Odyssey G40B, and it is not ideal monitor because as you can see it has reflections of the light, but also this was the best budget gaming monitor that I would recommend because it has highest of frame rates required for gaming, and apart from that it also has HDR. It has good quality picture quality, and it's not 4K, but this will do just for now. Also, I had Mac, so I didn't require a second monitor, but bear in mind when you guys purchase your own setup or you're building your own setup, then you have to take another monitor so that you can stream while gaming if you want to stream your gameplay, you know what I mean. Okay, so this monitor costs about 20,000 rupees, which is very expensive considering the features, but if you compare it to rest of the monitors in the market, this is the best option that you get, especially if it is a Samsung monitor, and you know like Samsung is best at making screens, so you can literally go for it. But bear in mind that this is an LCD monitor, not an LED monitor. Now this is the point where I was about to take like a major hit on my budget, and I was going to buy a camera for myself, but I realized that my phone's camera does just fine, and instead I decided to go with this little thing right here. It's a Sennheiser microphone. Now I know you guys might be thinking, why purchase a microphone when you can get a camera, a good quality camera, and you don't have to you can use your phone simultaneously while streaming. But let me tell you guys, this is the best decision that I made to go for a podcast mic instead of a simple camera, because this gives a best quality sound, as you can hear throughout this video. And apart from that, this also has some cool features of mixing, and it also gives you the audio that you're speaking. You can hear it, so you know what audio is going to your listeners or viewers. So that is the reason I went for this. This costs about 10,000 rupees, which is about $119. So it's your choice, but compared to this, the other option costs about 40,000 rupees, which is like a very expensive thing to go for as for what work it does. And that marks the end of the video. Thank you so much guys for tuning in, and please drop a like and subscribe. And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And last but not the least, this is the thing that has cost me most of my budget. This cost around 1,50,000 rupees, which is around $1,800. So this is the part of the video where it's gonna get real geeky. So I suggest, unless and until you wanna build a PC by yourself, you get it custom made from someone like I did. Alright, so I got this custom made, but I'm gonna list down individual components that I have used for this, and also the price of those components. So building your own PC is a huge commitment, and most of us are not up for that task. So that is the reason I went ahead to a local vendor at Leamington Road over here and got a custom made PC for myself. So now if you are trying to get your own custom made PC, be sure to be very specific about all of the requirements that you want, because usually I wanted it for gaming, and that is the reason I have went for this build, which has high-end graphic cards and also a good processor and 2 terabytes of memory and whatnot. So all of those things cost a lot of money. So if you're just looking to play a basic game like Counter-Strike or something, and don't want any high-end graphic, or don't want to play any game at max settings, I recommend you go for medium end or budget end products when you are building your own custom PC. Whatever you do, you always need to make sure that your PC has RGB, otherwise you don't get frame rates in the games. Alright, moving on. Let's start with the components that I have used for this custom build. Okay, so for the motherboard, I decided to go with MSI Pro Z790p Wi-Fi DDR4. This one had maximum compatibility with all of the components that I decided to choose for my build. It also has a lot of ports, and apart from that, it has Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth built in, which is very handy when it comes to building a gaming PC when you decide to pair all the equipments together. This is Intel Core i7-14700K 3.40 GHz processor. This is the heart of our build. Moving on to our next component, which is XPG Hanser 16GB 6000 MHz RGB RAM. I've got 2 of those, so that makes up for 32 GB of RAM in total. Now this little thing is the most important part of your build. It's your storage. It's gonna store all your data. I decided to go with WD Black SN850 1TB NVMe. I've got 2 of those, that makes up for 2 TB of memory. Now here comes the most delicate and important part of building your own PC, adding the CPU, and pop it goes. So after adding the CPU, it was time to put the rest of the components into place and complete the motherboard assembly. So this is the final look of our completed motherboard assembly. Now most PC makers take this next part very lightly, but trust me, this is very important. This is a cooler that keeps your CPU at normal temperature at all times, and I decided to go with MSI Core Liquid M360 liquid cooler. It has RGB baked into it. Now if you're building a gaming PC and your requirement is gaming, cooler is very important, and liquid cooling is good enough to get your job done. Next up is power supply. Now power supply is the component that gives powers to your PC, so it's a very important component. I decided to go with MSI again because most of my components were MSI. This one is MAG A85GH power housing, and it's good enough for the build. Now finally it's time for the big guns. This is MSI Nvidia GeForce 4060 Ti Ventus 2x 16GB graphic card. Now when you're building a gaming PC, graphic card is of utmost importance, especially if you're trying to play like AAA games in your PC build, and this is just going to do the job fine. And finally for the housing, I went with MSI again. This is MSI 321R cabinet, and this is how the final build looks like. And with that final touch, guys, our setup is finally complete. This is how the PC looks in person. Now I agree that there are a few things that are missing from the setup. For example, I don't have a proper gaming chair, but I was out of budget, but I'll get it soon. Anyway, I also did not mention one more thing that I have added, which is this guitar, which was not the part of the video, but my brother had this idea to put this on, and he himself arranged the mount, which cost me about 600 rupees on Amazon. And that's it. Our fan setup is finally complete, and I will give you the closer look of the PC in the outro. But before you leave, please be sure to drop a like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification, and also comment on this video, guys, and let me know how you think this entire setup guide was it helpful? Be sure to let me know. Right, I'll see you guys in the next one.